I'm gonna teach you how to sound like this on Bandlab.
You can download this preset, link in the description. You can download this preset.
Before we begin, if you like this vocal preset and want to download it for yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description or the pinned comment. But without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna need is a noise gate, and this is particularly for the people who maybe don't have the best recording environment. Maybe there's a lot of background noise from some fan humming or whatever it is. And in order to alleviate it as much as possible, you can use a noise gate, which essentially what it does is anything under the threshold, as you can see over here, I have it at negative 32 decibels, will be removed completely. So essentially anytime you'll sing, the gate will turn off, but as soon as you stop singing and it goes underneath that threshold, there will be no signal coming from this channel. I put the attack at 1 millisecond, so really quick, and equally quick release time of 100 milliseconds. Then I added the first of 2 EQs, and I really didn't change much. I kept the lows the same, the highs I boosted by 0.3 decibels, barely any difference. What I really used it for was just for the mid frequencies and removing any unwanted either boxiness or muddiness wherever you are in the mid sweep range. So what I would typically do, and this you should do for your own vocals because one size doesn't fit all. So you raise the mids to as loud as you want, really. You start playing the song and you go around in the mid sweep trying to find the most annoying frequency. For me, it was 584 hertz, so I left it like that, and I dropped the mids to negative 2.1 decibels. Then I added a second EQ, and this is to go a little more surgical, to emphasize certain parts that I like or remove parts that I don't like. So the 100 hertz, anything under that, I basically cut by a negative 4 decibels. I boosted a lot of the lower frequencies though, around the 200 to 800 hertz, just to add a bit of body to my voice. And then I didn't touch really anything else. Then I added a de-esser, and this is to remove the harsh S sounds that might appear in your voice. Again, this is another thing where you could test it by playing the song, dropping the threshold pretty low, and moving the frequency range to see where it impacts it the most. For me, it was at around 12,000 hertz with a threshold of negative 10 decibels. If you're trying to level up your music career and want to upload your music to Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, click the second link in the description because that's going to get you 7% off of DistroKid, the best music distribution platform on the internet. It's already only 20 bucks for you to upload an unlimited amount of songs and albums, so 7% off that is even better. Again, second link in the description. Now back to the tutorial. Then I added a FBK compressor, and the first thing I did was play around with the attack and the release. So what I used to do, which was a mistake, is I had the attack all the way at 0 milliseconds. The problem with that though is that it cuts the transient quite a bit from your vocals, and given you want it to be at the forefront of the mix, you don't really want to cut it much. So for that reason, I had a slower attack of 30 milliseconds, which is still quite fast. I put a release of basically 400 milliseconds, a threshold of 5.9, a ratio of 8:1, and a makeup gain of 7 decibels. Now it's time for the spatial effects. I added a ping pong delay. I put the mix at 30%, left and right delay at quarter beats, a feedback of 9%, and then I put a cutoff of 1400 just to keep it quite clean and not have it be too muddy. Then I put the stereo spread at 100% all the way. Finally, I added a studio reverb. Men I Trust, in the same lane as a Tame Impala or a Mac DeMarco, have really spacey vocals, and I wanted to add that with a mix level of 40%. I put the tone at 60% and a room size of 30. And that's essentially how you get a Men I Trust vocal preset on Bandlab. Again, if you like the example I put at the beginning and want to download it for yourself, the vocal preset, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description or the pinned comment. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more tutorials like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.